Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 5 here at Silverstone for SnB's EuroNASCAR series. Last week, rain was in the forecast and conditions were very slick. Tom Flitty had an amazing run only to end in heartbreak due to losing connection while in the lead. Meanwhile, Hawk made a few costly mistakes while up front, but he was a man on a mission driving back through the field. All the while, Skylin, he persevered throughout both races of the night, securing 5 wins total for the series. Will we see a different winner tonight? Stay tuned to find out. I'm here with J-Mac, and we're ready to announce tonight's race. How are you tonight, J-Mac?
Oh, I'm great. Just ready to get going here and watch some racing, watch them turn left and right here in the old UK at Silverstone.
I know, it's going to be a crazy, crazy week, and I want to give a shout out to Sid to P out there. Thank you so much for the cheers. And Hall with cheers also. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We have DW40, we have Sit, we have Hall, who is actually in this race. So I appreciate you guys coming out here tonight at Silverstone. 17 laps. These guys are getting ready to go to qualifying. And while we're waiting for that, I want to take a look at points. Take a look at the lead that Skylin has. This is absolutely insane. 310. Meanwhile, Justin, who is in second, has 272. Tom Flitty in third with 268. Rangers in fourth with 267, just a point behind third. And Dion rounding up the top 5 with 249. Sid, thank you so much. Another 1,000 biddies. You guys are insane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a way to start a stream out, man. You guys are showing the love out here. David, another driver. Thank you so much for the cheers. We got a hype train started. It is going crazy out here in chat. Thank you. He says, don't be watching me when I crash. You'll be good. I think you'll do great. Brian, what's up? Was super fast when she got loaded in, but that doesn't mean the Leaf can't make a comeback. You know, Justin has been super fast out here, so I think we're gonna see him running up towards the front. We have Rangers up front, so hopefully when we see qualifying, you guys will see how fast these guys are and make a guess on who's gonna be the winner tonight. Are we ready, J-Mac?
We are. Once I finally get the settings right. I almost launched these guys without them being ghosted, and that would have been that would have probably been unfortunate.
That would have been no bueno at all. All right, we got more. We got this thing loading in front. What's up? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yes, a European NASCAR Forza League. Imagine that. All right, I'm going to ready up here. We need to get some others readied up. Rangers, he's another one you got to watch out tonight. I saw his fast time. Silverstone, we're at Silverstone tonight. Brian says, my answer is whoever crosses the finish line first. You're correct. That is so true. Whoever crosses it first is going to be the winner here tonight. We have 2 races. 17 laps each race. It's going to be a wild one. It has been all season. Battles for the lead, bumping and banging back and forth. It's going to be a wild one, guys. All right, you know what? I want to hang out with Rangers because J-Mac, I don't know if you're in Discord chatting with these guys. This guy is wearing multiple hats as usual, but Rangers was so fast out here in practice. You see Tedeschi out here. We do have these guys ghosted, so they just worry about trying to get the best qualifying lap that they can. And remember, guys, they do have to keep it clean. If it is not clean, you're going to the back.
Yeah, and to specify keeping it clean for anyone that might be new to Forza, Forza keeps track of laps, and they're either clean or they're dirty, and they'll put a little caution sign next to them, and you dirty your lap by going outside of the boundaries, either by cutting a corner too much or extending the exit just a little too much. Those are ways, or by getting draft or contacting another vehicle. Obviously, with these drivers ghosted, those latter two shouldn't happen, but you know, crazy things happen with technology these days, but these drivers are finishing up their warm-up lap, and and right now Brian Tedeschi and Jacob Kerr, aka Rangers, right on top of each other as they're making their very first hot lap. As they're going through this first corner really tough to make. Third gear sweeping, really slick, and then yeah, they made it through there nicely, and here they go.
And you know, this is Tedeschi's first race out here with us, so it's going to be really cool to see what he can do out here. Rangers, man, that is a guy on a mission. We have Front says, who's asking, are regulations on? J-Mac, you're the one to answer that one.
No, they are not on. The Forza regulations are not on.
All right, you heard it right there. Let's take a look at race stats so far. Tedeschi is out there with a 108.4. From what I saw in practice, these guys were getting a 104. So I'm expecting the second lap to increase in speed here. So it's going to be so close, but just watching what these guys are doing so far, I'm getting pretty pumped. I think we're going to have a lot of close battles out here for the lead once again. Now, Hawk, who we have seen week after week battle for the lead and the win out here, he is not here tonight. And Sky, when I spoke to him, he has so many wins out here. I think 5 total. He is not very confident in how his race is going to go tonight. So, Jordan, do you think we are going to see a new winner tonight?
Well, yeah, as you mentioned, we've had 8 races so far. 4 weeks, 2 races a night. That equals out to 8 races, and Skyland and Hawk have combined to win all 8 of them. Hawk with 3, Skyland with 5. So the odds say no, but right now, from what we've seen in practice and out of these drivers, I think it's very, very possible that a driver like Rangers, like Leaf Justin, like Tom Flitty, maybe even our newest driver out there, Brian Tedeschi, maybe he can pull it out and score a victory here. But this is an interesting racetrack. Like I said, those first couple of corners are really fast and really slick, and then it's got a hard braking, almost hairpin, about a 66-degree corner there. So it's a really, really tough start to this race. All these drivers are going to be on top of each other, and anything can happen at the starts of these races, and it's going to be really exciting. But they're starting their final lap here, and see who's on the pole. Actually, they're done with their final lap here.
They are done with their final lap, and Rangers looks like he has a 104.9. Just absolutely flying out there, and I'm actually on board with Tom Flitty, who was leading the race last week. He lagged out while in the lead, so I'm a little heartbroken for him, hoping he can make a comeback and get that win he was wanting before. We'll see if he can make that happen, but he has been so fast throughout these races. Really fun to watch. And you guys, we had a hype train, I do believe it was a level 3, so a huge thank you guys to that. That's awesome. I hope you guys enjoy the race tonight. It's going to be 17 laps for race 1 and race 2 here at Silverstone International Circuit. Let me know if you guys have raced this, what you think about it, what your lap times are. You're better off having me out here in the booth, I can tell you that, but it is a fun track. You definitely are sliding around some corners here, but challenging track, but I think we're going to see a lot of action out here. And for those that are new, we invert the selection out here for race 2, so it gets a little crazy, which makes it very interesting and a lot of fun. I don't know if the drivers always feel that way, but I know for the most part these guys have had an absolute blast out here. We got J-Mac out here setting the lobby up, making sure everything is good. I want to go down the list here and take a look at everyone's paint scheme. It's not the best view since we're kind of blocked here, but Rangers, he's one that you have to take a look out for tonight. He's got that car, the number 11. Leave Justin in that 24. Tom Flitty in that number 8. We have B Tedeschi, who, like I said, he is a new driver to this series with us, his first race, so good luck to him out there. We have David in that 89, Skyland in that 49. We have J-Mac, who's announcing. You can see his car out there. Gary from Canada in that 68, just sporting the Shake and Bake Club logos, loving it. Dion in that number 42, and Hall in the 34. Looks like we are getting everyone loaded up. Oh my goodness. This is going to be absolutely insane. I'm so excited about this. All right, if you're out there, I gotta hear. Who's winning tonight? Brian says whoever crosses the finish line first. You gotta love it. All right. The bot. Send, what's up? How are you? I'm trying to figure out some technology here. All right. I gotta ready up. We were waiting on a few to ready up. The king of chat is here. You always give me such a hard time in chat, I swear. You gotta love it. All right. I do believe everyone is readied up. So we're getting ready to go, J-Mac. The countdown is on. I can hear the drivers deciding where they're going to start on pole. We will have one pace lap out here to get these guys lined up and ready to go. Gotta work for it, Sen says. All right, all right. I hear ya. This Xbox as well. You need to get on Xbox. That's all I can tell you. Let's get these guys set up and ready to go. Rangers will be leading us off here. Justin is going to be on the outside. B Tedeschi directly behind. These guys are getting lined up. J-Mac, any final words before this race starts?
Mother. No, I'm excited. We got a new pole sitter. One of our dominant drivers wasn't able to make it tonight to race, and the other one had issues during qualifying and is starting 8th in this race. So this is going to be really, really interesting to see how this race starts off here as we keep going here. I
know. You know, and I spoke to Sky and I was like, don't you say that didn't you say that before when you won, that you were not really hopeful on how you were going to do? And he's like, yeah, I did say that before and I didn't win. So last time he said it, he did not win. We'll see what happens tonight. But the front row was going to be made up of Rangers and Justin. We'll see how they do out here, but it is going to be a close run. Send, everyone wants me to announce, but you don't want me racing on here. But iRacing, I race, so I do a NASCAR also. We're coming around the final corner here, and we will get ready to go green here at Silverstone Racing Circuit. These guys are getting ready. It's going to be on Rangers Go, and they are off and running already. Let's take a look at this as we are headed into the first corner, and I can tell you, sometimes it gets a little hairy, but these guys handled it well, J-Mac. Oh, Tedeschi just sliding and drifting. Justin making some contact. This is crazy out here.
I'm trying to get a good view of this right now. Trying to work my way through, watching Rangers, but yeah, looking back on those drivers, Brian Tedeschi holding on to that second spot, and he is really kicking that rear out. And I think I saw a driver get into that barrier there out of the corner that goes under the back straight, and that is a really, really tough place. You don't want to hit that. You don't want to hit that barrier. It'll suck you right in and spin your car around, and it'll chew you up and spit you out. And it looked like somebody might have gotten that but couldn't get a number on it. But meanwhile, this 11 car is out to a huge lead on the field already.
Yeah, about a second and a half from what it's looking like. So, you know, Rangers is always sneaky. He's a sneaky one because he doesn't like to show everything he's got during practice. We've seen it in so many different series, but take a look at this in the lead that he does have. It is pretty incredible right now. So we'll see if anyone can catch him.
Yeah, some contact between our third and fourth place drivers. Brian Tedeschi left the door open a little bit for Skyland to get through, then closed it really quick. Those two made a little bit of contact, but they're going to keep on going. Tedeschi holding on to that position. Skyland in the 4th spot, and remember, Skyland went from 8th to 4th on that first lap. Meanwhile, behind him, Dion Fordub in that 5th spot with Hall directly behind him.
Yeah, we got Dion in 5th, and let's take a look at this battle up here. Looking pretty good, that car. I love that car, but man, Tom Flitty on the inside. These guys going side by side through the track with Skyland directly in front of him, having a nice little battle up there by himself. Not by himself, but with Tedeschi. So Dion kind of backs off. Tom is able to take over the position. Dion is going to be, let's see, P6 right now.
Yeah, excuse me, I said that was Hall. That is Tom moving into that 5th spot around. And Brian, B. Tedeschi and Skyland getting together in turn 1. Those two banging off of each other. Remember, Tedeschi not really not a veteran of the Forza series. We see him more on NASCAR Heat and on iRacing. But Tedeschi really putting on a show right now, trying to hold off Skyland, but not able to do it now. He has Tom Flitty all over his rear bumper.
Yeah, he has him all over his rear bumper. What a battle out here. And Tom, he wants that win. If you remember, he did lag out while in the lead last week, so he is wanting some redemption out here. And he is getting a little antsy, trying to find his way around Tedeschi and trying to catch up to Rangers, who is about 2.5 seconds ahead right now. Tom Flitty on the outside, diving it in. We're going to have Tedeschi on the outside. Skyland, who is right in front of him. He's hoping to get away, but Tom, he's clear as of right now, and he's going to take over P4.
Yeah, he's clear. Gave a little bit of a bump to Tedeschi, moved him wide in that final corner. No, Tom with 4 tires off the track there, trying to cut it as much as he can. Goes with a defensive line into the hairpin, but Brian not able to do anything with it. So Tom looking like he's going to be able to hold on to that 4th position. Now he's going to go after Skyland, who is going to try to track down Leafs Justin 24, who is trying to track down Rangers, but those top 2 have checked out on the rest of the field.
Yeah, they sure have. And I want to give a shout out to you guys in chat. Thank you for joining. JLC, Davey Andre, what's up? How are you? Tongue-tied out here. That's how I am. Rangers out here with the 3-second lead over, I think that was 3rd or 4th place, but he still got Justin behind him. But man, this guy is loving this track. I mean, this just speaks to him right here. So he is just on a roll. We'll see if he can keep it up for the remainder of the laps here. I don't know if anyone's going to catch him. We'll see if Justin can do it. But right now, as long as he keeps it consistent and clean, he's looking good out here.
Yeah, 3-second advantage is going to be pretty tough to make up. It looks like it's going back and forth, but Leafs Justin might be pulling out just a little bit on Skyline. Actually made up a little bit of ground there, but then gives it all back going onto the back straight. Rangers getting a great run onto that back straight. But yeah, they're pretty even right now. It looks like Skyland's starting to close that gap just a little bit on Leafs Justin, but not enough to make a big enough dent for him to be a threat at the moment.
Yeah, these guys starting to spread out a little bit. You see Sky in 3rd, Tom in 4th, and we have Tedeschi settled out in 5th. And these guys do have some gap between them, so we'll see what they can do out here. But let's see, JLC says, good watching the fight between the Bruins and the Capitals. Smoke, what's up? How are you? This is crazy, yeah. In an F1 circuit, what? Yeah. EuroNASCAR, they do it. This is what they do in real life. So it's cool to see. It's fun to drive, but it can be very slippery.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever gone to Silverstone specifically in real life, but you're exactly right. These are the tracks the type of tracks that they do run. Usually they try to run a shorter variation of tracks that sports cars and F1 and cars and other Formula cars go to in Europe, and it's very weird to see them out there, but it's a ton of fun to watch. It's very novel to see these cars out here trying to work a car that you'd usually see, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Instead, you're seeing stock car drivers work their way around these corners here at Silverstone.
Absolutely. Take a look at this battle for 7th. We have David and Hall out here. And David said, please don't show me what I'm wrecking. So This is your time to shine, David. You're looking good out there. He's got Hall directly behind him. Let's see if we can have a side-by-side battle up here. Hall looking like he is trying to take the inside as we go into the turn out here. He decides to back it off. Probably not the worst choice. It's definitely a hard corner to make with 2 wide, and these guys are still going at it, but great battle out here for 7th.
Yeah, these two have been going at it for a while. These two cars very even. Hall has not been able to make that pass yet on David. David actually getting on the brakes really well. Hall a little conservative trying to make that pass. Hall trying to make a clean pass on David. David doing a good job of fending him off and being aggressively defending. So those two drivers going at it real hard for the 7th spot.
Absolutely. Back here in 9th, we do have Gary from Canada in that shake and bake EuroNASCAR vehicle. So looking really good out there. He's on his own little island, so hopefully he can just keep it consistent and bring home a solid finish for himself. But Ranger's still out there in the lead, but I feel like that lead has closed the gap a little bit there, J-Mac.
Yeah, we go from Gary's cotton candy machine to Leaf Justin in that 2nd spot, who is currently, both gaps are closing ever so slightly. The one between himself and Skyland in 3rd is closing just a little bit more, but meanwhile, Leaf Justin has knocked down that gap a couple of tenths on Rangers, but as we're about to hit the halfway point of this race, that's not gonna be quite enough here.
Yeah, we'll see if there's going to be a battle for 2nd place as Skyland is trying to close that gap, and you can see who is that behind Skyland. That is Tom Flitty out here in P4, so we'll see if he can't make up positions. I know, like I said, I was heartbroken for him last week. He was in the lead doing really well. He was about to battle it out with Skyland, and then just poof. He's gone, lost connection, and I'm pretty sure he was just as heartbroken as I was.
Yeah, he's out there leading, and then suddenly, poof, he's gone. And that you hate to see that. You wanted to see a battle there as him and Skyland were on top of each other there toward that middle part of that race, and what Tom would have been willing to do to hold on to that lead and get his first win in the series. We'll never know. But maybe he'll get the opportunity here tonight, as he is currently running in that 4th position, and that's within striking distance if any craziness happens here as these laps begin to wind down. But I think we're about to have a battle for 2nd here before too long.
That's exactly what I'm watching. Skyland is just trying to close the gap behind Leaf Justin, and Leaf Justin, all he wants to do is catch the leader. Now he's got Skyland on his heels, getting ready to have to defend that. You can see a little bit of damage to his nose right there. I don't know if that is going to affect him at all, but Skyland is a man on a mission coming up here. And if you've seen Sky race in this series, we've seen him battle side by side with Hawk, and they are not shy with making contact. So we'll see how he handles trying to make his way past Justin here.
Yeah, he's really turned up the speed. Rangers has pulled that gap out by about a half a second since we last watched it over Leaf Justin, but Skyland has really ate into that advantage that Leaf Justin had over him, and he's also kind of left that 8 car of Tom Flitty behind. So right now the machine of Skyland seems to be the fastest car on the track, and as they're about to hit lap 11 of 17 here, you're working 7 laps to go. That's still plenty of time, I think, for that advantage to be cut down, but Skyland's going to have to get around Leaf Justin first, and he is incredibly loose. Oh, Justin goes really wide there. He went way too wide.
Yeah, man, oh man, that really cost him a lot of valuable time here as Skyland is trying to make that happen, but it looks like he gave up a little bit of time himself, so we'll see what happens here. Very close to the tire barriers as Justin is making his way around. Meanwhile, Rangers is just gone with over a 3.5 second lead at the moment. Lap 11 of 17. These guys are moving. Davey Andre, NASCAR tires, they are definitely slippery. We have traction control off, so they are trying not to drift through the corners. As you guys know, it is going to cost you some time, so you have to be on it at all times, trying to keep the lead, get to the lead, you name it. These guys are just having quite the battle.
Yeah, having to manage the throttle, and again, a lot of these corners are pretty fast, and you're having to work the wheel pretty hard, and that's going to make the rear end real loose, real slick. So these drivers have a handful trying to keep their cars underneath them, but still, as we continue to watch this battle for second, Skyland just has not been able to pass the 24 of Leaf Justin 24. So right now, he's going to have the draft here. Is he going to go to his inside? No, he's going to push him down the back straight. As they're going to work together here. And what is the 49 going to do? Oh, he pulls out to the inside. I think he tried to send the 24 in there a little faster than he wanted to. Did not make the move, and Leaf Justin actually got through that corner incredibly well. Was able to extend his gap on the 24 on the 49 of Skyland. I think that's a 49. Maybe it's a 43. I never know what number he is. Can't read that dadgum thing. 49. But anyways, 24. Yeah, 49. Leaf Justin still in second. Skyland 4 still in third. And they're both behind Rangers, who still led every lap of this contest.
Let's take a look at our leader. Meanwhile, I'm still cracking up with Skyland back there just bump drafting like it's Talladega at Silverstone. These guys are too funny out here, but Rangers, almost a 4-second lead, just a little bit over 3.5. So he's just doing remarkable out here. He has been in the booth a few times, but not as a winner. It looks like tonight, if he can hold it out here, he will be in the booth as a winner. So we'll see if we can make that happen for him. But I gotta go back to this battle with Leaf Justin and Skyland. These two just still really close together. Nothing happening as far as a pass just yet, but there still is time. And I want to take a look back here at 7th again. While we're waiting for them.
These two are fighting hard. Hall with a little bit of contact. They've been racing each other incredibly cleanly. I think Hall is faster than David. He just hasn't been able to make that pass, and he used a little bit of door there to get around the machine of David. Is David going to try to send it on him? Hall gets in there really deep. David gets in there really well, backs up the corner, is able to make it. Hall with a heck of a track extend there, really has to get on the throttle. Will the 89 be able to make this pass on the outside? It looks like he will not be able to, so the 34 of Hall is going to continue on in that 7th spot. And I think he's been trying to make that pass all race long. He finally able to pull it off and move him to 7th, David back to 8th.
Yes. This is Forza. I have changed it so many times. Twitch does not like me. I put it in as Forza originally, and it changes it to whatever it wants. But I've tried to change it about 10 times so far. So hopefully one of these times it'll take. But this is most definitely a Forza Motorsports. But these guys are just having a blast out here racing for it. Hall takes over 7th. I want to take it back to Rangers though. We're coming down to the final couple of laps. This is absolutely incredible. Rangers with almost a 4-second lead out here. We have Justin still defending that position for P2. We'll see if he can't bring it home, but Sky is all over his back bumper, just putting the pressure on him, saying, I'm here. I'm getting ready to take your spot here. We'll see if he can do it, make it happen, but it's gonna be close, J-Mac.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. Justin kind of parked it there in that corner, and then Skyland behind him using that draft once again, pushing on him, not gonna make that corner. You have to wonder if he's gonna attempt a dive bomb at some point. You'd think he would, but again, opts not to try to pull out to make that pass down that back straight, and ends up costing him some time. So interesting strategy out of that 49 car, I guess, just trying to have some fun as the 11 car continues to pull away a little bit here. But we'll see if the 49 can make that pass. It goes a little wide out of the final corner, but it actually helps him with the speed. And again, opts not to try to make that pass on the inside. He's going to look to the left side of Leaf Justin this time. Not able to. Will he try the dive bomb into the hairpin? No. He will stay in line, so Leaf Justin still defending and holding him off for that second spot.
Absolutely. We're on lap 17 of 18 here. We're getting down to the wire. It is getting so incredibly close, and Sky is just pushing Justin down the straightaway here once again. Just so funny to watch here. We'll see if he does make a move. It is just, he's going to bring it down to the wire, J-Mac. With these guys battling it back and forth. Rangers, in the meanwhile, he's got over a 5-second lead. So this guy, as long as he keeps it clean, he's good to go. We're going to bring him home as a first-time winner this series, and it's going to be week 5, race 1.
Yeah, Rangers with that 5.5-second lead, just in cruise control on this race. And another note that's going to be important here, none of these drivers have gotten lapped yet. Gary from Canada, currently the last car on the lead lap. He is the last car of our 9-car field, so he is currently tracking to be our pole sitter for our second race as Rangers works the back half of this run. So it looks like the entire field for the first time this season is going to be inverted. Our lead lap finishers are the drivers that get invaded, and oh, we have a battle for second.
Let's go back here and take a look. Justin on the outside, Skyland on the inside. Meanwhile, we're getting ready to have the finish of this race. Rangers is about to win it, so I want to bring him home real quick. Man, oh man, these guys are really close. Let's bring it home to Rangers real quick. He will be the winner here at Silverstone. Congratulations to him. Let's see who's going to finish out second and third. Looks like Leaf Justin holds him off, takes second. Skyland takes third. J-Mac, tell us who got fourth and on.
It's going to be Tom Flitty, who comes home in fourth. Brian Tedeschi, 29, who will come home in the fifth spot, with Dion 4Dub in sixth. Hall M and David still battling it out for that seventh spot. That battle is continuing. It looks like Hall has enough of an advantage that he's going to be able to hold off David MC. But really, really wide there out of that corner, out of that final corner off of the back straight. Going to go through the chicane here, try to hold on to that seventh spot, but it looks like he is in the driver's seat. Gets real loose, gets on the gas a little hard, but otherwise I think he's going to make it around in seventh, and that will leave David in eighth, and Gary from Canada going to come home in the ninth spot.
Great race for these guys. Rangers comes home as the winner, and let's see, you say F1 cars go 320. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. These stock cars are a totally different thing with what they can do out here, but we got to get our winners in the booth and our second and third place here, so let's get them in. Hopefully he will be able to join. What a battle for second and third. For this first race though, Rangers, I mean, once he got there, he was gone. He was just gone from start to finish. So a huge congratulations to you, Rangers, on the win here. First one of the series. You obviously have this track down. Just no one can catch you. How was your car out there?
That was pretty good for the most part. Put on pole. I think second and third kind of had a little scuffle, I think. I couldn't quite tell, but that allowed me to get away. And I just tried to put in some good lap times at that point, and seemed like it worked out just fine.
How do you think it's going to change for race number 2 with you having to go through traffic?
It's going to be interesting with everybody being on, everybody finished on the lead lap, so I'm pretty far back. Just try to keep a clean nose and, let them mess up and try to pressure them into their own mistakes and see how far we can't get up.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you on your win here at Silverstone. You did amazing job. So go celebrate that win and good luck on the next round.
Thank you.
All right, J-Mac, you want to give our second place, Justin, an interview.
Yeah, here with our second place finisher on the night, a solid race, able to hold on to that second spot after a tough battle at the end. Talk about your first race tonight.
Who is champ?
That
That question will be answered this Sunday night.
I don't really even know where to start. Barely lost out on the pole, started P2 and had a little fight off on our hands at the very beginning with, I think he's in the 22, Brian. It took a little bit to get around him, and by that time, Rangers was kind of just gone, and it was just watch the interval and gain a little bit here, lose a little bit there, and freaking I cannot get off of that turn to go onto the longest straightaway, the weird cone turn. I don't really know what to call it, but I could not figure that thing out the entire race. Gain a little bit there, gain a little bit here, and then lose 3 or 4 tenths down the straightaway. So that was very frustrating. So it turned to just watching him drive away from me, and then we had the third place roll right up on the back of us and play defense the rest of the race was pretty much the game plan. Got, I think, toyed with a little bit. If he would have tried to make the pass like 5 laps earlier, I think I'd be sitting in P3, but we're glad that it played out the way that it did. And I'll take P2 and try to be the lone survivor of all the people that have to drive all the way through the field next race.
Well, solid race for you coming home P2. Back to you, Frozen.
All right, we got Skyland rounding out the podium here. Points leader for the series. How was your race? I saw you out there with Justin going back and forth battling. Did you think you could have made the pass, or what was going through your mind for that?
There was a couple of times I could have just dove it in on him, but I had so much trouble in practice. The corner I always got him, or I got to him, was the corner after the cone one that he said he was having trouble with, which, okay, makes more sense now. And I had so much trouble in practice getting the car in there offline without sliding that I didn't want to dive it in and kill him. So I just kept pushing him down the straightaway and trying to hope that he would screw up. And it didn't work. And then he on the last lap, he didn't do a great job on that corner, and I got a good launch off of it. So I went to go by him, and then I don't know if he was side drafting, if he was messing with me, if he was trying to pin me down so I couldn't get a wide entrance to the corner. But I saw him in my mirror right on my deck, and I had to stay down on the bottom entering the corner because I didn't know if he was going to move up or not, and I didn't want to wreck him. So he got me back because I just didn't want to nail him. That was fun. Honestly, the whole race was fun. I was racing with Tedeschi and Tom earlier in the race. That was a blast. That was a fun one. I like that one.
Definitely a fun one to watch. A huge congratulations to you guys. Great race. And again, Rangers for the win out here. First win of the series. We'll see if we can bring home another new winner for race 2. Good luck, guys. All right, Jordan. We have race 2 coming up. Who are we going to be as the winner? Who do you have? No pressure.
It's going to be whoever can make it through the field. All of these drivers are going to have a lot of traffic to work through here. Rangers is going to start in the 9th spot. Leafs Justin in 8th. Skyland is going to be in 7th. Obviously, all these drivers are going to be at the very back of the pack, and this is going to be wild. I'm really interested to see how these first couple of corners, because David's going to race hard up there in the lead. Gary will probably be pretty easy, but hopefully he'll probably pull over. But I hope he doesn't. He has every right to be up there racing everybody as anyone else. So I hope he stays out there and tries to run hard and hold on to that spot. I know David will, Hall will, Dion will, they'll race hard for those spots. We'll
Absolutely.
see if one of them can get enough of a gap to maybe make this thing interesting, as our other fast drivers, our fast 3, maybe 4, if Tom finds a little more speed there. He said he would probably be faster in this second race, so we'll see what happens here with these guys. We're going to get going here pretty quick.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure. You guys saw it there, and I do want to give a shout out to Hall for another 1,000 biddies. You guys are insane. Thank you so much. And JLC giving me all these points, man. That is just nutty. Thank you so much. You're insane with all the points that you have. I don't even know. I know you were just completely lucky. You need to go to the boats. I'm telling you now. Go do it. Just don't blame me if you lose, okay? Getting ready to go to race 2 tonight here at Silverstone. It's going to be a wild one. It is going to be inverted for the lead here. It's going to be a crazy race, and I'm hearing over the radio some funny stuff. So I'm excited to see what is going to happen out here. Let me know who you think is going to win in chat. It's going to be wild. We have Rangers, first time winner out here. Can we get another? Skyland, who is also looking very strong. We'll see if he can't make something happen. Gary, he started from the lead before, wasn't comfortable, pulled over. We'll see if he does it here tonight. I know a lot of these other guys, as J-Mac has said, they'll race it. They want in there. They're going to try to do what they can when they can. So it's going to be a wild start here, J-Mac.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be real interesting watching these guys go into that first quarter. I am absolutely excited to see how aggressive these guys in the back are. Will they abuse these drivers up front? Will they be patient? Let this race kind of come to him. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they're in a lot of contact. But we'll see. I have a feeling fireworks might fly here.
Yeah, there might be a few of them. We're running the final few corners. Davey Andre says, Silverstone, let's go fast. I hear you. They're going to go fast and hopefully not get too wild. Entering the first turn here, we still have a couple more turns to get through before we have Gary from Canada lead the way. We have David on the outside, our Irish friend out here, so you got to love him. And we're going to have Hall in third with Dion Ford Dub in fourth. We're going to have B Tedeschi in fifth, first time out here with us in the series. Tom in sixth, who is looking for a win out here. We'll see if he can make it happen tonight. We're around the corner and we're waiting for Gary from Canada to start, and it is going to be on his go. These guys are off and running, and already 3 wide at the start. B Tedeschi already takes the lead. We have Dion Ford Dub going through the center, and they are 4 wide. Oh, 3 wide. It is backing down. Tom trying to save it. Skyland off the track, J-Mac.
A wild finish. Gonna have to see how exactly the 22 is able to get the lead there, taking it 3 wide on everybody. An excellent move. If it was illegal, it was an excellent move out of him. He's gonna pull out here. Tom Flitty is gonna make the pass to our pole sitter Gary from Canada, still holding on to that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, B Tedeschi is currently your leader. Tom Flitty into 2nd, and there is a gaggle of cars racing for 4th.
There sure is. Let's take a look back here. Justin in 4th, Hall directly behind him in 5th, and it looks like 3 wide for 6th. Take a look at this. Dion, Ranger, Skyland, David, all right next to each other. Dion going almost into the wall. Same with Skyland on the next turn. Rangers, who just won the last race, trying to make his way through traffic. Meanwhile, Tedeschi is trying to put a gap between him and the rest of the field.
Yeah, meanwhile, Leafs Justin is our 3rd driver to make it out of the pack. He is going to make his way into that 3rd position. Hall is back to 4th, Gary is back to 4th. He has Hall and Rangers. Skyland gets into that corner really, really deep, gets into the rear end of Gary from Canada. Hall actually has to take evasive action there to keep from getting hit there. That cost him some time. Rangers moves through in the 4th position. Now Hall trying to work his way through. He's not going to be able to hold on off Skyland. Gary from Canada still holding on to that 5th spot, and there's about to be something happening according to the thing, and yet Dion into Hall. Goes a little wide through the corner. That is going to hurt both of them.
Absolutely, Dion trying to get back on track, and man, oh man, he took that super wide as they were trying to make their way through the corner as they are side by side. You got David in front of him, Gary directly behind Skyland. These guys starting to put a little bit of a gap between each other, but I want to go back up here and take a look. Tom, he's in the lead, J-Mac.
Tom in the lead. Yeah, we've been so focused on the excitement in the middle of the pack, the craziness back there. Tom able to take the lead from B Tedeschi 29, and he's actually been able to put up a nice gap on him. So 1.8 second lead over Tedeschi. Meanwhile, Leafs Justin has closed in on his back bumper. So the battle is for second spot amongst our top 5 drivers. Our previous winner, Rangers, in that 4th spot, not far behind at all.
Absolutely. What a change of events here. Tom Flitty back to the lead after trying to make a comeback from last week when he lagged out. Tedeschi getting super loose, just drifting through the corner. Justin trying to go on the outside of him, takes it wide and is going to fall back. And as J-Mac said, our last race winner is directly behind these guys, just waiting to make a move. You guys know he's fast out here. He had quite the lead in the last race. He's just waiting for the moment to pounce on these guys and make his way through.
And for Rook, watching Tedeschi try to work that car, he is absolutely sliding all over the track. Leafs Justin just with a great view of pretty much every corner of Tedeschi's car as he's working. Tedeschi with a very aggressive move. He's going to block down low. Leafs Justin to the outside, or he might have been actually letting him go there, maybe? I can't tell. Justin going to chop him off. He's going to clear himself. No contact. He's going to move through. Now Rangers going to try the outside as they go into the first half of the chicane here.
Look at the battle between 3rd and 4th, and it didn't last too long. Rangers makes his way on by Tedeschi, trying to hold on to it, but he's going to settle out in P4. Leaf Justin in 2nd, Rangers in 3rd, Tedeschi in 4th, and meanwhile, Tom is saying, you know what, you guys just have at it. I've got almost a 4-second lead now. That's exactly what this guy needs. He needs to keep it consistent, needs to keep these guys back there battling it out. We'll see if he can make it happen tonight.
I'm speechless. That was a very exciting start to this race.
I mean, when you made this series, you definitely made it so you switch things up, and the second race is inverted how it is. It definitely makes for an interesting start. Trying to get these guys through traffic and seeing if the guys that are put out in front, how they can handle it. That gives them a shot to make something happen. But it also makes the guys who are a little bit faster, definitely makes them work for it, and it's really fun to watch out here.
We can kind of see who can handle it in the traffic and who can work their way through without hitting a bunch of stuff, and just really entertaining to watch. As long as they can keep it clean. The idea isn't to watch a bunch of guys like ram and wreck and move each other off the road. It's to get what we saw there, a little beating and banging, but some really hard racing and some drivers trying to hold on to every ounce of track position that they can. And it's a lot of fun to watch whenever it works out like it did, and with the entire field being inverted with no drivers falling a lap down there in that first race. It made for probably the most wild restart we've had all season here in week 5, race number 2.
Absolutely. Stratus, what's up? How you doing? We have Captain Dongers out there who says, I've never seen NASCAR at Silverstone. Well, you've seen it now, and it gets wild. Warner, what's up? How are you? Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the race. We're out here looking at Dion for dub and the standings. Skyland, who's got 310 points, that has since changed since last race. But he is the points leader before this season, before this week started. We'll see if he's still the leader. I would imagine so. Very close for these guys, but man, what a battle out here. Dion in 6th. We have David in 7th. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. As Strata says, it's been a Monday. I second that. I second that.
God, this battle for second is really intense right now. Leafs Justin doing everything he can to hold them off. They're working the back straight. He just came out of the corner that in his interview he said he was struggling with the most. Was actually able to do a nice job of holding Rangers off. And a lot of these guys are taking an interesting line through that final right-hander before the chicane. A lot of them really entering high, getting on the brakes heavy, and then kind of late apexing it. Figured there be a more of a sweeping entry to that corner, but we're seeing some different lines for different parts of this racetrack. But right now, Leaf Justin making it work, holding on to that second spot. But meanwhile, that 8 machine of Tom Flitty is continuing to pull away.
Yeah, look at him. Once he was
Oh!
able to make it out.
Oh!
Oh, what do you see, J-Mac?
Oh, contact. Yeah, we had a spin. The 11 car got into the grass a little bit. Behind him, Skyland got into his rear bumper and just they made contact, and Rangers goes around. Skyland is in the 3rd spot, and it looks like he is going to try to slow down a little bit there, but that's going to pretty much hand 2nd place here to Leaf Justin, as they have a massive gap between them.
What a battle they were having, though. Just nose to tail, all 3 of them. Really unfortunate to see that happen, as that would have continued to put the pressure on these 3 to battle for 2nd place. But as you said, J-Mac, that is going to pretty much give this race to Justin if he can hold on to it for 2nd and keep it consistent. But Tom Flitty looking super, super strong out there. And I have to give a shout out to Stratus for subscribing for 2 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. But these guys are getting absolutely wild out here. Our winner of last race, Rangers, that puts him back to P5. Unfortunate to see for him out here. We have Tedeschi out here in 4th, and it looks like Skyland in 3rd, Justin in 2nd.
Yeah, most of our battles have settled down inside the top 5 for now. It looks like that battle for 4th going to heat up here in a minute, but meanwhile, the battle that we saw last race for 7th position is continuing on. We have David and Hall all over each other back here for that 7th spot. Hall looking for any way to pass that 89 machine, that orange and green and white car that I actually really love. I love that paint scheme of David's. It's a good, solid-looking race car, but he's doing everything he can to hold off that 34 machine of Hall M.
Absolutely. These guys are getting ready to go side by side. Hall is just trying to make a move. Oh! Man, I don't know if there was contact there, but from the angle I was looking at, it looked like he kind of sent him in there, but that could have just been the angle. But man, oh man, these guys are definitely going at it. Hall taking it a little wide, so he's got a little bit of a gap between the 2. David's going to remain in 7th, and Hall's going to be P8 so far.
Yeah, and just a note within our top 5, looked like Tedeschi actually let the 11 machine of Rangers go by, so that moves Tedeschi back to the 5th spot, and Rangers up to the 4th spot. That is the only real notable change inside our top 5 for the time being, as 2nd, 3rd starting to tighten up as 7th and 8th continues to rage.
You know, I'm curious what happened to Tedeschi. He lost a lot of
He went wide.
time there.
He went
Okay.
wide immediately after letting Rangers go. He kind of went wide in that right-hand hairpin. Took the very, very long way around that corner, and that cost him a lot of time.
Take a look at this battle for 2nd brewing up here. It looks familiar, just like the last race. Skyland directly behind Leaf Justin once again. Will he be able to make the pass here for P2, or will he be stuck behind Justin, who is going to defend that position, able to hold him off and bring home another 2nd? We'll see. We're on lap 11 of 17. It's getting close, J-Mac.
Yeah, and you can see the issue that Justin's having with that corner. He really wide going through it, really defensive there on Skyland as they go down the back straight through a little bit of a block. Skyland decides to take it a little bit, and Skyland gets really loose, gets through there really, really slideways, and loses some track position to the 24 of Leaf Justin. Justin still holding on to 2nd. Like you said, this is exactly what we saw in the previous race. The 24 and the 49 battling hard as we are coming to 5 to go.
Absolutely. And this is where you can use what you learned from the last race. Use what you learned to see what you can do different. Make a move and try something different. You can see these guys all over each other. I mean, just putting the pressure on Justin. We'll see if he can make the move. But Warner, we would love to have you out here. Absolutely. We have IndyCar coming up, so if you're interested, be sure to take a look for tryouts when it comes up after this series. We still have another week left here, but man, it is just wild out here week after week. A lot of fun. J-Mac, I have to ask you, with this battle between Justin and with Sky, do you think he's going to be able to make the pass, as these guys, man?
And he's going to the inside. Oh, Justin pinched him just a little bit. Skyland with a nice crossover, and he'll have the preferred line here going through that right end, but now he had to let off just a little bit. Justin keeps it on track, powers around the outside, and gets back around him. So a nice move. I really thought once Skyland got to his right side out of the chicane that he was going to have that position, but Justin with a great defensive move to be able to hold on to it. And right now Skyland just kind of struggling to pick a line. Now Justin's going to miss the corner. He goes a little bit wide. Will Skyland be able to take advantage of it? Not quite. They go back through. They're going to the right-hander onto the straightaway again. Leaves Justin a little bit wide. Skyland able to stick his nose in there, but he gets a little too much throttle, gets a little bit loose, and that's going to give the advantage back to the 24.
Yeah, these guys are so close right now. Just, I'm on the edge of my seat, absolutely. Meanwhile, we have another guy coming up here, and that looks like it is Rangers who is catching back up. We might have a three-way battle for second once again. I mean, it is getting super close, and if these guys keep battling the way they are, Rangers is going to be up here in no time. Meanwhile, Tom Flitty, look at the lead he has. Absolutely incredible. About an 8-second lead. This is insane.
Oh, they make some contact for a second. Justin squeezes Skyland into the first corner. They make contact. Skyland able to hold on to that race car, but not onto the position there. Alongside leaves Justin. Justin doing everything he can to hold Skyland back. That's allowing Tom Flitty, as you mentioned, to just increase that gap, but that's also allowing that 11 of Rangers to get back into the fight. There's not enough time for him to get Tom Flitty yet, but there is plenty of time for him to get these two drivers in front of him if they keep racing like they have been.
And you know, I'm curious, how patient is Skyland going to remain behind Justin? He saw the same thing happen in the last race, and he did not make the pass. He didn't want to mess him up. He wasn't confident enough that he wouldn't hit him as he tried to make his way around. Has that changed? Will we see him make a more...
Oh, the 11
Ranger
makes a mistake
spin.
and gets into the... Yeah, he got the barrier there going through the chicane. He was trying to cut it real close, ends up getting that barrier, so that's going to keep him in that 4th spot. Not sure if that car is damaged at all. I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it is, but still, the 11 car with a big mistake there toward the end of the racetrack.
So unfortunate to see our second race for our first race winner has not gone as he has hoped, but Tom Flitty just making quite the comeback with almost a 10-second lead off of second while these guys are still battling it out. Sky, you know, just being he's being a little shy with this tonight. We've seen him battle it out with Hawk side by side, bumping and banging, and you haven't seen that from him tonight. And as I said, I talked to him before the race, and he wasn't as confident as he has been in previous weeks. So that is obviously affecting how he is able to make moves tonight. We'll see if he can't make a move past Justin for P2, but Justin, he has made it known that he's going to defend that position as much as he can until the end of this race.
And that might stem back to earlier when him and the 11 made contact, and I think Skyland maybe not wanting to do the same thing to the 24 machine that he did to the 11 machine of Rangers. Maybe that's why he's being a little bit tentative. He's going out of his way to try to make a clean pass here, but he's driving it hard whenever he's not on his rear bumper. But Justin is defending well enough that Skyland just not able to make a clean move on him. But that battle starting to tighten up here as they have about 1.5 laps to go here. our leader Tom Flitty will take the white flag here in the second race of Week 5 in our EuroNASCAR series here at Silverstone. Tom Flitty about to take the white flag.
He's about to take the white flag, and I'm back here with 7th of Hall, who has made his way past David for P7. These guys have been battling both races side by side and back and forth. Really fun to watch. You're going to have to let me know if anything happens with Justin. I'm going to go back over here.
Oh, they're side by side.
Side by side for P2. Look at these guys. This is where Skyland is going to try to make it happen. He has not quite gotten it to happen yet. We are on the final lap. Tom is looking to be a first-time winner here tonight for the series, so it's going to be really cool to see him get into victory lane here. But Skyland trying to make a move all over the back bumper of Justin. Will he be able to make it happen? He is running out of time, taking a look on the inside. We'll see if he can make it happen, J-Mac.
Yeah, we're going to see if he can make it happen. He's going to have that inside line. He pulls back to the outside. I think he would have rather had the outside there to try to maybe cross him over, get some momentum up. He backs up the corner, gets to the throttle, gets a good run on exit, but not able to do anything with it. Will he try the dive bomb as Tom Flitty is taking the checkered flag?
Tom is the winner here at Silverstone for race number 2. A huge congratulations to him. I know he's got to be super excited, but let's bring it home for these two as they are side by side. And it looks like Leaf Justin is going to take P2 and Skyland just get edged out for P3.
Yeah, about 3/4 of a machine there. Skyland comes home in third. Leaf Justin holds on to that second spot. Rangers, after a very eventful second race, comes home in the 4th spot. Tedeschi holds on to 5th. Dion in the 6th position. All is good. Looks like it's going to come home in 7th with David in 8th and Gary from Canada in 9th after a really strong start to this race. Really impressed with old Gary, the way he started off this one. He was pretty sporty out there trying to hold these guys off. He's going to come
proud of him too.
And once again, all of our drivers finishing on the lead lap here in race 2.
Absolutely. We have our top 3 guys in here. Tom Flitty, another first-time winner out here tonight. A huge congratulations to you. That is absolutely awesome, man. I can tell you. How did it feel once you got out to the lead, and what were you thinking when you were seeing the rearview mirror back there?
Well, I'm pretty sure you know what I was thinking at the very end of the race. Didn't want what happened to happen again last week. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, I absolutely knew that those guys were coming fast. I was watching Rangers come back through there, and I'm not exactly sure what happened back in the pack, but I noticed that he disappeared from 2nd or 3rd, and it was kind of, you know, just managing my race, make sure that I didn't make any mistakes, because I had a pretty good gap out there, and I felt like I was, you know, pretty close to Justin, and you know, it was just managing that restart. It got really crazy. I got sideways through there, and I just stomped on the gas. Well, I have the controller, so really I just pushed my finger really hard, but
that works too.
But you know, burnt some rubber and got through there, and luckily ended up coming out through there and kind of navigate through the rest of them, and luckily didn't lag out, because that's exactly what I was thinking at the end of the race. So I'm very, very happy.
I'm so happy for you, and I was like, oh, he's got to get his win tonight. I know that you wanted to so bad last week, and then that happened, so I'm happy for you, Tom. You got your first win of the series here tonight after so many close battles, and last week lagging out while in the lead. You did it tonight, and man, with quite the lead, so a huge congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. There was a lot of great battles out there. That was a great track to pick, J-Mac. Thank you. That was a lot of fun to drive. So hope you guys enjoyed, because I definitely did.
Absolutely. All right, J-Mac, over to you, sir.
Yeah, familiar. Feels like deja vu here this evening. Leafs Justin, a pair of second-place finishes to end the night. A strong run, both races. Once again, talk about your race and that final battle there with the 49.
Would you believe me if I said it was a carbon copy of the first race, literally down to basically every detail? Where I had to start in the back and everybody was running into each other and we kind of squeezed through, and I think we're the best of the people that started in the back getting through traffic, or at least we were the first one to get to the front. And it just had to work around the 22 again and put us in P2, and Tom was just kind of set sail and was gone, and very quickly the 49 was behind me. It was the same sort of situation, except this time there were a lot more laps, and it seemed like he was definitely trying to pass me this time. So we made it as wide as we possibly could for like what felt like 15 straight laps, and yeah, so Rangers was up in the mix. There were three of us playing off of each other a couple of times, and I know he's not too pleased with this, with that, but it is what it is, and we'll walk away with another P2. And I'm pretty sure we probably had like the fourth-ish fastest car. 2 + 2 is 4 or something. I don't know. So we'll take it.
Well, solid evening for Leaf Justin. P2, good points night, and well done. Back to you, Frozen.
Absolutely. And we have Sky out here. I know it looked the same for you probably as race 1 here tonight. How did it go for you? And it looked like you had a little bit more confidence out here in the second race. What did it look out there for you?
I definitely felt like I knew what the car was going to do a little bit better. As I learned, that doesn't mean I know what everybody else's car is going to do. Yeah, I mean, starting off, I'm sorry, Rangers. I'm sure this is falling on deaf ears, and it's not going to mean anything, but I got to say it. That is not what I wanted. That's not what I was trying to do. I just sent my clip of the race to you, Frozen, of that incident, and I was basically trying to shoot a gap that was opening up / open on the outside lane of that corner, and he wiggled, and I just got right into the back of him because I was committed to that gap. True. Rewatching the clip, I'm not surprised I made that move, but I should have been more careful when I saw how deep he was diving it into the corner. I went for it, and I really should have been more patient. It would have been really fun if it worked, but it was too aggressive. So I'm sorry. As far as Justin goes, he trying to pass him this time. Last time he didn't really try to block my line very much, and we kind of just ran, and then when I got next to him, then he started being aggressive with defense. This time, no, I got anywhere close to him, and he was on defense, blocking my line on entry, getting on my door anytime I got next to him. That was fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was all just a little. My head was thinking back to the incident a lot of the time, trying to figure out, did I screw up? Did I do something stupid? Was it a racing incident? I don't know. I feel bad about that. I'm thrilled for Tom. I'm glad he got this one. Last week should have been his too, as far as I'm concerned. So congrats, Tom, and on to the finale.
Absolutely. You had a great race out there and a lot of close battles, so really fun to watch. You heard Sky. Next week is our finale. We're at Hockenheim, so it's going to be a wild night once again. I hope you guys tune in. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, for the cheers, for the chats, for the subs, you name it. You guys are awesome. And a huge congratulations to our first-time winners tonight, Rangers and Tom. And J-Mac, we'll see you again next week.
Absolutely. I'm excited. It's the final races. Might be a little precipitation in the forecast late. Who knows? We'll see. But it's going to be an interesting evening, and we'll crown ourselves the champion of the league, and we'll see if maybe we can get a couple more first-time winners in to boot. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, thank you so much, Mr. Met JLC. What's up, guys? I'll see you guys later. JLC, thank you for the points. You're crazy. So many points. But I'll see you guys next week, same time, same day, Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.